very good day to you and welcome to the program. I want to speak to you today about giving, about your gifts. Now, you know, we tithe, we should tithe, all of us, to the storehouse. Where's that? That's where you get your food. We should tithe 10% because that actually belongs to God anyway. That's a given. There's no discussion about that. 10% of everything you got should go to the storehouse. But there's also gifts, okay? If we go to 1 Corinthians chapter 16, I'm just going to read 4 verses, that's all. Now, concerning the collection for the saints. You see, what had happened was there was a tremendous amount of poverty in the city of Jerusalem. So Paul, the apostle, when he was preaching out and about, he says, I want you to collect some gifts together so we can take them to the people in Jerusalem because they're starving. Okay, so this is it. Now, concerning the collection for the saints, as I have given orders to the churches of Galatia, so you must do also. That's the Corinthians. Verse 2. On the first day of the week, let each one of you lay something aside, storing up as he may prosper, that there may be no collections to be taken when I come. Okay? If we go to verse 3. And when I come, whomever you approve by your letters, I will send to bear your gift to Jerusalem. Verse 4. But if it is fitting that I go also, they will go with me. That's the gifts. Folks, we need to sow. You know, there's a major seed company, and I took their logo. It says, good seed doesn't cost, it pays. When you go through a drought situation like we've had in our country for probably the worst drought in 200 years, often a farmer, what he'll do is he'll cut back, and that's fair enough. He'll cut back on the fertilizer, he'll cut back on the herbicide, he'll cut back on his acreage. But he must never cut back on his seed. If anything, he must buy more precious seed. You see, if you sow bad seed, you reap a bad crop. So what some farmers do, and they don't make it for long, they cut back on their seed, they buy inferior seed, they step up the fertilizer rate and all the rest of it, and nothing comes out of the ground. What you sow or plant is what you reap. If you sow nothing, you reap nothing. If you sow inferior seed, you reap an inferior crop. I'm talking about gifts. If we're not going to give from a joyful heart, don't give at all. We must not give because of compulsion. I have to give. No. We must not give and make the Lord Jesus like a building society or an insurance company. The more I give the Lord, the more He'll give me back. Now, you don't give for that motive. That actually does happen, by the way, because you can't outbless God. But you don't give for that reason, because that reason stinks, because it's full of me and mine and ek. You give because you love. You give people because you feel for them. You know, George Muller, he started the Bristol Children's Home in the 1800s. 120,000 children went through his homes. He never asked for a penny. He just trusted God. Something like 60 million pounds. Something ridiculous. Never asked for a penny. It was sent in by people who gave him gifts. When he died and they were reconciling all the accounts, they saw that for years and years there was an anonymous amount of money went in every month, and they never knew who it was from. When he died, they checked it out. You know who it was? That's right, it was George Muller himself. He was putting his own money in anonymously into the ministry. Folks, it's more blessed to give than to receive. Don't be scared to give people gifts. Goodbye.
We trust that you have been blessed by today's message. For more information, please visit angusbuchan.com.